Namaste, I'm Archana. A warm welcome to you. Continuing in this series on women's health and wellness, we're going to be focusing on building strength and stamina, both in body and mind. Bring your palms to rest on your knees, or you can stack one palm over the other and place it on your lap. Keep your spine straight, chin parallel to the earth and eyes closed. Notice the air moving in and out of your nostril, bringing your awareness to your chest, noticing the rise and fall of your chest, moving further down. Observe your belly move forward and back. The next time you breathe in, shoulders are squared, nice length in your spine. And as you breathe out, pull your navel back towards your spine. One more breath here. Breathing in, belly moves forward. And as you breathe out, pull your navel back towards your spine. Slowly, you can open your eyes with a few blinks. Bring your feet to touch Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Here, we are trying to create enough space in your pelvic region. Push your thighs towards the mat. Either grab hold of your toes, your ankle, or your knees. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Lengthen your spine. Bringing your right shoulder towards your right knee. Breathe out as you come towards your feet. Move towards your left and back. You can choose your pace. The slower, the better. If you can keep your eyes closed, you're comfortable keeping your eyes closed, the deeper the relaxation. This is going to help increase the blood flow into your abdominal region. Sitting in Baddha Konasana is going to help with increasing blood flow in your pelvic region. See how this feels on your lower back. If you notice any pain, then do this practice in Sukhasana. 5 rounds clockwise. And we're going to repeat this anti-clockwise. You can also drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Right ear as you come up towards your right shoulder. You're involving even your neck in these movements. Two more. And last one. Bring both your knees together. Swing your legs to one side. Bringing your left foot beneath your right thigh. Turn and twist towards the left side of your room. Nice spinal twist, Bharadwaja Asana. You stay here for one long deep breath in and breath out. Swing your legs to the other side. Turn and twist. I'm not yet looking over my shoulder. I'm just looking towards the right and left side of the room here. Come onto your palms and knees. If you feel like, you can always use a folded sheet or a towel beneath your knees. Palms are nice and wide. Wrist in line with your shoulders. Breathe in, arch your back. chin, chest, gaze forward. You can engage your toes here or keep your foot, the front of your foot flat onto the mat. Exhale. Nicely round, pulling your navel in. Once more, breathing in. And exhale. From here, we're going to come to neutral tabletop position. We're going to come into our first balance, bringing our left arm in line with our ears, left ear. Once you're stable, kick your right heel out, heel trying to bring it in line with your hips, keeping your hips squared. Breathe in. Pull the navel in. 2 and 1. Bring your hands down. I'm going to bring my knee. Pull the navel in. Knee follows through completely. Bring your feet between your palms. Adjust your back legs. Breathe in. Inhale and up. Archana Asana. From here, breathe out. Bring your left elbow on the outside of your right and twist. If you're comfortable doing this, you can always go further. Drop your hand onto the mat. Turn and bring the other hand towards the ceiling. See what works for you. One more breath. In and out. Release. Bring your hands onto the mat. I'm simply going to straighten my right knee. Ardha Hanuman Asana. I'm not collapsing here. I'm pulling my navel in, walking my hands out, bringing the toes towards the ceiling. Press and hold. Feel a good stretch all along the back of your legs. Stay here. Breathe in and breathe out. First, bend your knee and then bring it back. Wrist beneath your shoulders. We're going to do it on the other side. Now bring your right arm in line with your right ear. Once you're stable, keep your eyes open because here if you close, you may lose balance. If you want to engage your toes, I feel comfortable keeping it this way. So you can choose heel in line with your hip. See that you're not dropping and arching your back. Back is neutral. I'm going to stay here for 3 breaths. 2 and 1. We're going to repeat all of this on the other side. Archana Asana. Inhale. Exhale. Turn and twist. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And release. Nice stretch. Pull the navel in. I'm not collapsing here. I'm going to walk my hands in line with my feet or with my foot actually, or away. Hold it here. 2 and 1. Bend. Now open your knees nice and wide, as the mat, or even your knees coming out of your mat. Reach your hands all the way out and bring your forehead onto the mat. This is one option. For some of us, this itself may be a very deep stretch. Bring your elbows onto the mat. Drop your chin in the direction of your chest. Stay here. Breathing in, bringing all your awareness to your pelvic region, and exhale. These practices wherein you are stretching or opening up your pelvic region is great if you have conditions like PCOD, PCOS, Reach forward. Breathe in. And out. Palms come onto the mat. From here, you can either keep your knees nicely deeply bent here, bringing the belly towards the chest, palms pressed here. Be careful, your palm should not slip. Hold, or you can always straighten. 2 and 1. From here, I'm going to drop my knees. If you notice, my wrist is not beneath my shoulder, slightly ahead. Now elbows close to my body. Lower my chest into the mat like you're doing a push-up. Half push-up, Ashtanga. Scoop through, Bhujangasana. Press to the mat. Come into your mountain. Or if you keep your legs wide, trying to bring the forehead down, ears crossing your arms, you're coming into your downward dog. You can choose whichever works. To begin with, you can keep in your Parvatasana. Again, drop your knees. We're going to 3 of this Ashtanga. Looks very simple. You're working on strengthening and back. Last one. Ashtanga. Bhujangasana. And Parvatasana. Just going to bend my right knee, straighten my left. Drop my left heel onto the mat. See if your ankle, in which direction knee is moving, inward, outward, keeping in line with your toes. And the other side, simply walking feet between your palms. Half lift, Ardha Hasta Uttasana. Just one here. Breathe out, completely collapsing into the mat. Actually, collapsing your belly onto your thighs. Knees deeply bent. Breathe in. Slowly roll up. Breathe out and down. From here, I'm going to come into the next balance. Bring your right leg to rest on the inside of your thigh. Palms can come here. You're into your Vrikshasana tree pose. Stay here. Keep looking at a point. That always helps, staying focused at a point. You can always take your hands up in the direction of the ceiling, Namaskara Mudra, or you can have a nice white tree. From here, I'm going to come and move into my Ashtachandrasana. Bringing it's a high lunge. You do the low lunge there, Anjaneyasana. High lunge here. Breathe in, reach your hands up. Breathe out. I want to push my palms back, leaning forward. I'm not collapsing here into my thigh. Maintaining that nice length in my spine. My gaze is forward, pushing my palms back. Shoulders roll back. Your shoulder blades towards the midline. Again, inhale, straighten, squeeze your glutes. 1, 3 of this. Here. Oops. Stay focused. 2. Inhale and exhale. You should feel a lot of heat in your thighs. Squeeze. 3. And back. Straighten. I'm going to spin my toes to the corners of the mat. We're going to do variations in Devi Asana. 4 variations. Breathe in. Reaching your hands up to the corners of the room. Breathe out. My hand stays here. Palms face forward. Knees in line with I move the knees in line with my toes. Pushing my palms back. So this is again great for your upper back strength. Also, if you notice this neck hump or the kyphotic hump in your back, it's great for that to improve posture. Inhale, go up. Next variation, I bring my arms in line, palms facing forward. Push back. 2. So you're working on your lower body as well as your upper body. Great practice to do when you're short on time. Again, 3, reach up and back. I'm going to press here. Bend my elbow slightly, push back. Feel it in your shoulder blades. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your elbows towards your waist. Push back. Pushing your tailbones towards the mat. 2. And 1. Release your hands. I'm going to turn towards the right side. So we're going to bring our feet together, shake it out. Your vrikshasana on the other side. Hands come here. But this time, if you're confident, take it all the way up. Also be aware, one side may feel differently than the other. Just take that into consideration when you're doing your practice. You can always keep your feet resting on the other one. 2. From here, we are going to move to your Ashtachandrasana. Repeat on the other side. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out. Again, breath in, up and back. Last one. And back. Slowly come forward. Just heel toe in. Your toes can point straight ahead. Breathe in, reach your hands up. If you're going to turn towards the right side and fold on the outside of your leg. Notice the stretch in the back of your legs. If you have any issues with your back, you can avoid this and simply fold forward. Inhale, come up. I'm going to turn to the other side. And exhale. Trying to bring your forehead or nose towards the knee. Again, breathe in. Come all the way up. Hands come to prayer. If you want, heel toe further. And if you can go completely down, go into your Malasana. But if this is not an option, you can stay here, keeping your back straight and open. Or again, great for your pelvic region. Open. And for any reason, if your heel doesn't touch the mat, it's fine. You'll be here. You can always place that roll towel beneath your feet to kind of support, or you can still be here. Eventually, you're going to get down to this position. But just do this with a lot of care, taking into consideration how your knee feels. 2 and 1. Release. Come down to sitting. And from here, we're going to come down to lying. Bringing our hands all the way up towards the floor behind you. Bring your heels close to your sit bones or towards your seat. Knees pointing straight ahead. Try and keep your knees touching. We're going to do Setu Bandhasana breathing, your bridge pose with breath work. Take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, bring your fingers to point towards the ceiling. Simultaneously, you're raising your seat up and drop it down. Hands come down. Press into the mat. Squeeze your glutes up. Thighs should not splay apart, like bring them close. You can place a pillow between your thighs and you're kind of trying to hold the pillow. That would give you a feedback. And back. Breathe in. Rest your back onto the mat. Let's go again. We're going to do 5 of this. Exhale, squeeze and hold. Press all the 4 corners of your feet. And back. Squeeze and go up. And back. The slower, the better. Remember that. You're recruiting all your muscle fibers. They squeeze up and back. Last one. And hold here. If you want, you can further roll your shoulders down, interlace your fingers behind. Press and squeeze your glutes. 2 and 1. Release. Bring your knees towards your chest. Press and hold. Pavan Muktasana. Let me just slide down slightly. Try and stay on the mat. Head is resting on the mat. Pressing your lower back, straighten your feet up towards the ceiling. This is again great for varicose veins. Stay here. Remember, you're going to be pressing your lower back into the mat. It's not going to be arching here. Press and hold. Arms can come to rest next to you on the floor. Taking and pointing my toes towards the ceiling, pointing it towards my face. For some of us, our knees are bent. It's totally fine. You can always even hold your thighs. And back. 2 and 1. Stay here. The soles of your feet towards the ceiling. You may notice a little bit of a shiver or a tremble. Bringing your heels towards the right side on the mat. Then moving it towards the right corner of your mat. If you're trying to draw circles here, bringing it towards the left corner, the left outer edge of your mat, back to center. 1. The moment you hold this position, you'll notice your lower abdomen is engaged. Let's go again. 2. Be very mindful. The best way to prevent injury here in your back is to see that it is constantly resting. Or if you have an exaggerated arch, you can always place a small towel in the space between your mat and your lower back. 3. 4. About 5 clockwise, 5 anti-clockwise. And if it's too much for you, you can do 3 initially. And then move on to 5. You can progress. 1, stay with me. Anti-clockwise. 2. Some of you may feel comfortable holding the mat. 3. Remember, lower back on the mat. 4. and 5. Bend your knees. If you can, grab either your ankle or the sole of your feet. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Again, great for your pelvic region. Increases blood flow, a lot of flexibility. Two. And 1. Hug your knees to your chest. I'm going to simply wrap my left knee over my right. Press my feet, my right foot into the mat. I'm going to bump my hip towards the left side and drop my wrapped leg onto the floor. So if your left is over the right, you're going to drop your knees towards the left side. Towards your right side. Close your eyes. Keep looking up at the ceiling. There's a deep twist at your spine. Breathing into your lower back. Every time you exhale, you're completely collapsing the muscles in your lower back. You're consciously trying to do that. Just letting go as you breathe out. Relaxing your muscles. Come back to center. Hips come to center. This time wrap the other leg. Right leg. Bump your hips to the right side of the mat. Drop it here. Notice the side that you feel more of a twist in, or whichever side feels easier. Eventually, with practice, we will be able to balance out both sides. Breathing in. And out, one more breath. Your hands can also come to rest just above your head. Palms stacked one over the other. Elbows are deeply bent. Back to center. Open your legs out. Arms can come to rest like the letter T or to the corners here, the right and left corner of the upper part of your mat. Stay here for a minute or so. Don't skip this part. Lie down in Shavasana, close your eyes. Noticing the rise and fall of your abdomen. Every time you get a chance to breathe, focusing on your belly or your diaphragmatic breathing, this is going to help reduce stress levels, help us with healing, help us rejuvenating our body, calming our minds. Most importantly, help with recovery post practice. Bring your hands next to your body. Bring both your feet together. Be lengthened by chanting one round of Om and noticing the vibrations pass throughout our body. Stay here for as long as you want to, engulfed in the silence. Thank you for making time and doing this practice with me. I hope this practice will keep you energized and refreshed throughout the day. Write to me in the comments below on how you felt, what was your experience doing this session with me today. Namaste.